I'm Chef Mark with LearnToCook.com. In today's session, we're preparing a crepe batter. What we had is 9 ounces of all-purpose flour, 3.5 ounces of sugar. We'll want to mix the dry ingredients together. You know, when you bake, that's a good rule of thumb that bakers and pastry chefs follow. Mix all the dry ingredients first, and then add the wet ingredients intermittently, as we're going to do in this preparation. This is a classic escoffier recipe right from the Guide Culinaire. So, pinch of salt, sugar, granulated sugar, and all-purpose flour. Then we're going to add the eggs one by one and beat them. And if you've made a pancake batter, you've made a crepe batter. It's pretty much the same idea. And then just slowly add one of each until the batter is the consistency you like. The recipe says 6 eggs. Let's add some of the flavoring. We have about 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And the recipe, you can use either rum or Cointreau. Cointreau is an orange liqueur. We're going to use rum today. I like to use the Captain Morgan spiced rum. It gives a nice flavor to the crepe batter. And that's 3 tablespoons, which is about 1 ounce. We're going to cook it out, so you don't have to worry about alcohol being present. So give it a good whisk until you don't see any white or yolk. And the final step is to strain that with a chinoise, fine mesh strainer. That way, there are any pieces of sugar or sections of flour that weren't dissolved, or maybe sometimes a little bit of the egg white. It'll go right through the strainer. You'll have a beautiful crepe batter to make crepes. And then, of course, we'll want to fill them, and we're going to fill them with crème anglaise. So now we have the crepe batter, which we prepared earlier. Let that chill for a few hours. Make sure you strained it. We added some Captain Morgan rum to that to give it some great flavor, because you can flavor the crepes too. So non-stick pan is best. But so if you're a purist, you can buy a rolled steel pan and cure it and only use it for crepes. And that's, of course, what the breakfast cook's job was. And when I worked as a breakfast cook, besides doing eggs, I had to make the crepes for the restaurant. So I made sure I hid my breakfast pans, my egg pans, so no one else would use them. So you can see that motion when you make the crepe. You rotate the plate, the pan around, as thin coating as you can get without it falling apart. You can see some I made here that have a nice traditional crepe appearance to them. Not too thin, not too thick. And you can adjust. You have to adjust the heat. You can make them on a griddle. You can make crepes on a pancake griddle beautifully because the heat is regulated. With a pan, you have to adjust it because you're taking the pan off the heat. But once the edges start to brown, you see that? You know it's time to almost to turn over. Now, some crepe recipes have some butter, melted butter in them. Some crepe recipes have some melted butter in them so that you can, the crepe can come off easily. But, with the eggs, once you pull it off, see, it comes right off. Flip it over and put the pan back on the heat. So it just takes a few moments to get that to burn up. And they're great. You can freeze them, stack them while they're hot, just like I have here. Now we're going to finish up our crepe dessert, flambéed with Captain Morgan spiced rum, little apple juice. And then the crème anglaise is a beautiful sauce that you can put right over these crepes and feel very good about eating them. I know you're going to enjoy this crepe dish with crème anglaise. Well, thanks for joining us today at LearnToCook.com. Be sure to comment and to subscribe. Also visit us on Facebook and Twitter. Have a great day and thank you.